Imagine nerfing a weapon because it's too overpowered, only to reintroduce it as a $500 relic. I mean, fantastic job there, Chargen. Fantastic job. Hello, so welcome back everybody. So today I want to talk about the lovely post here that talks about the foreseeable future of Crossout that unveiled a couple of things here, such as a brand new cabin and the ability to build inside your garage. Woohoo! I mean, yeah, having a little bit of extra design there is always going to make the creative person inside you feel a little bit better. But what I want to talk about today is the Relic weapons here and how they may be particularly interesting, to say the least. So of course you have the Mastodon here, which you've seen in Firestarter hard raids for a long time, which is where it basically has that two-shot thing where poof, 1, it sets you on fire, and poof, 2, it goes big boom boom. Nothing terribly exciting. And now that brings me to the Flash one, which, bit of an interesting weapon here. So let's go over its planned perk before we start talking about it, because the planned perk is going to be the main point of contention for this basically upgraded Spark. So, like I said, the planned perk, it's planned, so this, take it with a grain of salt, might change in the live servers, so take it with a grain of salt. But the perk as it is right now is when dealing damage, slows down weapon reloading, and reduces cabin power, which reduces speed and acceleration, excluding maximum chassis speed, the effects stack. And if you look at that perk, you might be thinking, I remember seeing that perk before, wasn't that, oh yeah, that was the old Spark perk! Before they removed it because it was too overpowered. Wow, nice seeing you again. So, excluding my obvious sarcasm aside, the reason this may be a bit of a persnickety situation is kind of multifaceted here, so we'll just go over a few of the reasons. So the main reason, I mean, of course, obviously, the balancing of this. Because if the Spark was nerfed and had this perk removed because it was too good, then what good is it just reintroducing this perk on a more expensive weapon gonna do? I mean, sure, it's going to be less common than the Spark because this Relic is going to cost 10 times more than what the Spark is worth. But at the same time, that still doesn't address the balancing issues because dog builds that utilize this are still going to be incredibly effective. They're still going to be way more powerful than dog builds that don't use this because dog builds that use this not only reduce damage and reduce your speed, but still do damage. I mean, for a weapon, that's like a perfect combo. It deals damage, it counters people, it makes them more vulnerable to ramming. I mean, that's just going to make dog builds incredibly more popular in Clan Wars and in regular games to everyone's dismay. So it just doesn't solve any of the balancing issues whatsoever. It just reintroduces old ones for whatever reason. And that kind of ties in with number 2 because number 2 is just because of the optics of this right now. It is incredibly bad optics to release a weapon like this right now during a period of player contraction nonetheless, where people are leaving this game in droves because the season's over, they're all fatigued from grinding for months, and then you just introduce something like this, just like, here, how about I don't listen to you, and I'll just reintroduce something that's gonna make you all mad and not want to play this game. Sure, I don't care if half of you will leave it all, just get out of here, buy it or not, I don't care. It just doesn't look like something that's going to be terribly well received, and I'm more than certain the developers are intelligent enough to easily see that. They're probably just either choosing to ignore this or some upper management is usurping their position, which I fucking doubt it. Not to mention that this is going to make them appear incredibly greedy, because the thing is, you could just reintroduce this on the old Spark, and that would be less of a tumultuous issue for a lot of people, because it's like, okay, well, at least it's accessible and it's just going back to its old ways, but reintroducing it on a brand new weapon that's going to cost 10 times the original one? I mean, this is going to make you look like you're trying to pull more money out of this game during a period of contraction, because people are going to be spending $500, $600 for a weapon like this, easily going to encourage more people to buy packs, to buy coin packs, especially if they have that mindset where, like, I have to be the utmost, you know, decked out in gear for Clan Wars. So just throwing that in there, it's just going to make it look like you're trying to introduce more pay-to-win mechanics. And heck, I even see that on the Tree Burgers video, where quite a few of the most upvoted comments were literally just people calling this more pay-to-win, which, considering the negative reviews on Steam already and the bad vision and bad optics this game already has and the bad reputation, not really something you want to encourage even further. There's also just the downstream effects of this thing, because you have to consider the fact, what does this encourage the developers to do? It encourages them to take features away from current legendary and epic weapons and then just slap it onto higher, more expensive weapons to encourage more sales. I mean, they probably could take something from, say, the Helios perk that deals more damage to cabins, strap it onto a Relic version of a Helios and sell it for another $500, sell it for a crap ton of coin packs. I could potentially see them doing that, because if they're already doing it with the Spark, I mean, what's to say they won't just do it again? I mean, by all means, this could just be a tactic for them to sell more coin packs, similar to how League of Legends introduces champions that are horribly out of balance and that everyone bans and everyone tries to play to get a really high win rate, only just to nerf it into the ground like a patch or two later, just so they can sell more skins and sell more hero bundles right off the bat. I mean, I could see that happening in Crossout like this, just so they can initially get a lot of those sales and then taper it off to a more reasonable level later on. I mean, they could be doing that. It could be my more cynical side acting up here, but it wouldn't be the first time Crossout did something like that, at least unintentionally. So, I mean, overall, this is just like not something that should be, I mean, in its current state should not be reintroduced, unless they somehow make the attack mechanism or way it functions completely different from that of the Spark to make it more of a unique weapon. By all means, I could appreciate that, but just giving you an upgraded version of the Spark that is horribly underbalanced, makes you look greedy, and during a period of player contraction, I mean, just everything considering, it's just a stupid idea. They shouldn't be doing this, but that's just kind of my opinion. What do you guys think about this? Do you think releasing the Flash one in its current state, with the current player market, is it a great idea? Yes, no? Let me know your thoughts down below. And other than that, guys, follow whatever platform is your favorite. You know what to do. It's your boy Panda. I'll see you.